Hello there. Today we are making a Catan Shard of the Nightbringer with a bunch of Nighthaunt stuff and some Necron scraps because I've got a game coming up. I need to add it to a list and I do not want to buy one because I want to make my own. So firstly, I used some bits from a destruction spell from Age of Sigmar, and then as you can see I used some Necron scarabs. Now originally when I was making this I had no idea what I was going to do with this flame kind of lightning effect, but I knew it would come into play later with this piece. So I'm using the Craven King from Age of Sigmar Nighthaunt range because I like the model, I like the chair, what comes with it, and for me I kind of imagined that this would be a great representation of the Catan for my Necron force. So on screen I'm going to cut away the chair, and then I'm actually going to cut away the spirits what are attached to the chair because I thought it would have been a bit too much and it would have been a bit too Age of Sigmar and it wouldn't have kind of worked for my liking. So yeah, I'm just cutting them off here on screen, but I was going to then use a file and then a hobby blade to tidy up where the clips have been clipped off to make it shape into the chair, and then we'll be ready to kind of imagine what we're going to do with this chair, because at the minute it still feels very like the original Craven King kit. So now I'm gluing the chair together to get myself an idea, and I really like the idea that this Catan is trapped in the chair. I know it's a bit more less 40k grimdark, this approach with this model, but for me I still like it. I like the idea that this chair just summons this trapped star god. So here you can see me badly trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that original flame from the spell, from the destruction range. But I finally figured it out. I stuck it to the back and I thought then to blend it in more I would use scarabs coming out. It's like this Nightbringer is just swarmed by these scarabs, keeping it in its kind of entrapment within the throne. You could kind of nod and be like, oh, it's like the God Emperor on the Golden Throne, kind of, but nothing to that scale within the lore. But I kind of like the idea of this throne, especially with like the faces built into the chair. I like that as like a Nightbringer, nightmarish energy. So here I glued on the first set of scarabs, and later on I would add more, but for now this was just to see what it looked like and see how it would be. I built the original Craven King model, Craven, I don't know, someone will correct me, probably, I don't care. But I filed down the face a bit because it was a bit too medieval and it had spikes for a crown. But I kind of like it as a really plain, emotionless face. And the fact for travel purposes as well, I can just take it out of the chair, move it, or if it dies, I can leave the chair randomly in the field without the model, just for like, I don't know, narrative aspect. But then I added more scarabs and I was kind of happy where I was. I then left it for like a few hours and then I didn't catch it on screen, so apologies. I added a bit more. So what I did, I added like another set of scarabs, and I actually added some Nighthaunt scythes because this Necron Catan, its attacks are like the Night Scythe or whatever it's called, and I kind of wanted to represent that within this model because you could have a moment on the board where someone's like, where's its weapon, where is it represented, and I was like, do you know what, to cover myself if I ever come into one of those Giga Chads, but also for me I was like, oh, could look cool. And I kind of like how some of it's coming out the mouths on the throne. It's kind of coming out everywhere, but not to the point where it's too much. But it feels wacky and 40k enough where it works on the board. And for me, I'm kind of quite content where I got this miniature too within a day and actually not using many kits. I mainly use scarabs. I use the that Nighthaunt main kit, Craven King. It's going to become a meme at this point. And then that was kind of it. You know, and for Kitbashing sometimes there's some like really complicated stuff online which is really good and it looks amazing. But for me, who's generally quite a casual with Kitbashing, this was just enough where I felt like, yeah, I've made something which is unique for me, but also it still conveys something on the board. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, I'd appreciate, you know, the usual stuff, a like, comment, subscription. It means a lot to the channel and it just helps these videos get out. Also, thanks to the people on screen. Also, big out to 2 new patrons who joined. I said I've got a Patreon giveaway. And also, we do a Discord painting competition every 2 months. But yes, thank you for watching this Kitbash video. I'm Alex, and this is me attempting content as usual. Alex Attempts Tabletop. You take care now. Goodbye.